Welcome back to The Explainer, where we turn deep insights into your daily unfair advantage. Today, we're unpacking a really beautiful, transformative piece of writing called The Architecture of a Resilient Soul. Think of today's session as, well, it's kind of like a hero's journey, but a totally introspective one. We're going to look at the exact blueprints you need to build emotional resilience, heal from the past, and, crucially, protect your energy moving forward. We've got a ton of incredible ground to cover, so let's just jump right in. Okay, take a second and really let this sink in. A bad day isn't a bad life. You can start over at any moment. It's so incredibly easy to let one single negative event snowball into this massive, overwhelming feeling of defeat, right? We've all been there. But our source material today reminds us, with so much empathetic weight, that we hold the power of the reset button. You are not stuck. You aren't trapped in some unbreakable pattern. The power to start over. That is literally always yours.
So let's move into Section 1, the power of mindset, and take control of your internal foundation.
We face this core conflict literally every single day. On one side, you have your mind controlling you, where your own thoughts are actually hindering your progress. But on the other side, that's you controlling your mind, knowing that to believe is to achieve. Your mind doesn't inherently have the ability to just hijack you against your will. Mindset is absolutely everything here. The ultimate power lies completely within you, and it only becomes a barrier if you hand over the keys.
Moving right along to Section 2, navigating love and boundaries. These are basically the rules of engagement for the heart.
These boundaries we're looking at, they're essentially the prime directives for your heart. First off, do everything with love, not for love. Don't just act to seek validation, Second, give your all, absolutely, but keep enough for yourself so you don't lose yourself loving someone else. And third, this is a big one. You have to evict manipulation, lust, or any one-sided dynamic from your heart. Just kick them out. Because, as we always say here, turning deep insights into your daily unfair advantage really requires you to protect your peace. It's the brilliant logic of self-preservation.
And speaking of self-preservation, keep this in mind. No matter how many seeds you plant, those who aren't meant to love you never will bloom. If love never grew, there's no chance it's suddenly gonna sprout. It is totally possible to love someone deeply and still let them go. Actually, the author makes a super crucial point here. Walking away doesn't make you disloyal. It actually proves your strength. This whole idea builds into a beautifully clear, two-step logic for finding connection. Step 1 is always finding and starting to heal yourself. Why? Well, because of Step 2. The love you find will always be a reflection of you. So your greatest love can only really arrive after you initiate your own healing journey. You can't just skip Step 1 and expect Step 2 to magically work out. It just doesn't work that way. Which brings us to Section 3, reframing your past trauma and healing the wounds gathered along the way.
We really face a stark choice here. We can either let trauma define us, using pain as an excuse to hurt good people, and look, we absolutely have to unlearn that behavior, or we can view trauma merely as a chapter. They're lessons that shape us for sure, but they absolutely do not mold us. You completely deserve to live entirely free of your past. I want to pause for a second, because this is a massive, massive emotional paradigm shift. A loss is a redirection. The heartbreak you thought would kill you actually saved you. Let that breathe for a second. Sometimes, what you let go resurfaces, but not because it's meant for you. It resurfaces to challenge your growth. A loss isn't always a loss. Often, actually, it is the exact redirection you needed to find something significantly better. All right, on to Section 4, the strength in vulnerability and reclaiming your authentic self. Let's get one thing straight. Vulnerability is not a weakness. It is your greatest asset. Having a big heart is not a toxic trait. Being a good person will never be the thing that gets you hurt. You only get hurt when you let other people determine your value and you lose sight of who you are. Remember, you are worthy all on your own. It's your authenticity that actually keeps you present in your true purpose. So how do we safely maintain that vulnerability? Well, you take these proactive steps. Keep yourself surrounded by people who keep you soft, protected, and who really treasure you. Speak with intention. And guard your soul. Don't fill your mind or your heart with anything you wouldn't want poured back into you. Why? Because with intention comes purpose, and with purpose comes absolute peace. Almost at the end here, Section 5, trusting your life's timing, finding forward momentum and purpose.
Consider this timeline for a second. I'm pretty sure we've all been there. At 18, you're convinced you have it all completely figured out, right?
Then your 20s hit, and man, life humbles you fast. You quickly realize you didn't know nearly as much as you thought. But the ultimate goal here is arriving at the present. Your expectations, they kill every beautiful thing. The source material really urges us to live in the present without constantly waiting for what's to come. Because if you don't, you're just going to end up wishing you could feel what you didn't let resonate at the time.
I absolutely love this truth right here. What is for you will not require you to dim, change, or sacrifice. You got to keep your energy sacred. The absolute best things in life are the unexpected ones. Everything meant for you will align in the exact timing that is best for you. You just have to keep going, keep growing, and keep becoming the absolute best version of yourself, completely without regrets and without doubt.
Which brings us to our final takeaway today, and I really want to leave you with this provocative question to chew on. Are you ready to stop apologizing for who you are and accept yourself first? Because at the end of the day, that is the true architecture of a resilient soul. It starts with remembering to love, embrace, and completely accept yourself before anything else. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep growing, keep building that resilience, and I'll see you next time.